he makes me smile. He has a lot of fun out there, and he's unorthodox, and he doesn't look the part. I've said it before, he looks like a kind of a tall pudge kind of guy out there with no real muscle definition, so to speak. He doesn't look athletic. He doesn't sprint up and down the court. He doesn't jump out of the gym, and then he kicks your butt because he's so skilled, he's clever, he is totally unselfish, and you combine all that, and it's just what a great guy to play with. And on top of everything, he finds people, and when people receive passes, they're happy, and he delivers very often.
Nikola Jokic isn't just a superstar. He's redefining what it means to be a dominant player in the NBA. As the Denver Nuggets franchise centerpiece, he has taken the league by storm, blending old-school fundamentals with modern versatility. A 7-foot center with the vision of a point guard, the scoring efficiency of an elite shooter, and the ability to dictate the game's tempo without relying on pure athleticism, Jokic is truly one of a kind. The basketball world has taken notice. NBA coaches, analysts, and former players have exhausted their vocabulary trying to describe his greatness. Some call him the most skilled big man ever. Others believe he's the best player in the world. Many argue he's revolutionizing the center position forever. But what do the people who game plan against him night after night, NBA coaches, really think? Today, we're diving into the perspectives of some of the league's most respected coaches on the two-time MVP and his massive impact on the game. J.J. Redick, a former NBA player, analyst, and now head coach, has seen his fair share of elite talent. But when it comes to Nikola Jokic, he doesn't hold back. He's the best player in the world. In a recent interview, Redick broke down just how difficult it is to slow Jokic down, acknowledging that even when teams lose sleep trying to limit his impact, he still finds a way to control the game. That right, there is the Jokic effect. No matter what teams throw at him, different coverages, defenders, or strategies, it simply doesn't matter. He still dictates the flow of the game. Teams can double him, try to limit his touches, or switch defenders. But at the end of the day, he's going to get the ball, and he's going to make the right play. But Redick didn't stop there. In another interview, he made it crystal clear where Jokic stands in the NBA hierarchy.
Jokic. He's too damn good. It's not fair, all the things he can do. And you know, he's so funny. I love the guy. He doesn't look like he's doing anything. You know, he's not going fast. He's not jumping high. You know, it's kind of Larry Birdish, you know, in a way.
I mean, he's the best player in the world, and I think our guys on our team, you know, we have 12 of the best players in the world, and I think they would all tell you he's probably the #1 guy right now.
That's not just high praise. It's a definitive statement. And Redick isn't alone in this belief. Jokic's ability to elevate his game in the playoffs, carry his team when it matters most, and put up historic numbers while making everyone around him better has solidified his place at the top. He's not just a great center. He's not just a uniquely skilled passer for his position. He's not just an efficient scorer. He's the best player in the world. And as Redick put it, if you don't agree, he'll respectfully disagree with you. If there's one coach who truly understands the nightmare of guarding Nikola Jokic, it's Chris Finch. As the head coach of the Minnesota Timberwolves, Finch has game planned against some of the greatest players in NBA history. But when it comes to Jokic, he'll be the first to admit there's no real solution. After yet another dominant performance from Jokic, Finch couldn't sugarcoat his team's struggles.
He's too damn good. It's not fair, all the things he can do. And you know, he's so funny. I love the guy. He doesn't look like he's doing anything. You know, he's not going fast. He's not jumping high. You know, it's kind of Larry Birdish, you know, in a way. But talk about skills and anticipation and decisions. He's fantastic. Great hands. Scores in every which way. Involves all his teammates.
That's a head coach openly admitting defeat, and Finch isn't alone. Coaches across the league have had the same experience. You throw a double team at him, he finds the open man. You play him one-on-one, he picks you apart in the post. You try to speed him up, he controls the tempo. You force him to be a scorer, he casually drops 40. There is no right answer, only different ways to lose Greg. Popovich has coached against some of the greatest players in NBA history, from Michael Jordan and Shaquille O'Neal to LeBron James and Steph Curry. But when it comes to Nikola Jokic, even Popovich can't help but admire just how unique he is. In one interview, the legendary Spurs coach gave one of the most fitting descriptions of Jokic's game.
He is really unique. I mean, there's just nothing like him. You know, he brings the ball up the floor, and he just does it all. He does it all. He puts you in a lot of tough spots defensively. He can pick out every coverage that you're in. If you guard him with a small, he can punish the small, he can punish the big guy. He can everything. You know, he's just that good.
This is what makes Jokic such an anomaly. He doesn't fit the traditional mold of an NBA superstar. He isn't built like Giannis, nor is he as physically dominant as Shaq. He doesn't explode past defenders like LeBron or drain logo threes like Curry. He doesn't even look like he's moving fast, yet somehow he's always 2 steps ahead of the defense. And yet, he dominates the game. It's not because of raw athleticism, it's because of his mind. His ability to read the floor, manipulate defenses, and elevate his teammates is something that even Popovich marvels at. But Pop wasn't done there. In another interview, he made it clear, Jokic is in a class of his own. This is coming from a 5-time NBA champion coach, a man who has developed some of the smartest, most skilled players the league has ever seen. And yet, when asked if he uses Jokic's game as a blueprint for Victor Wembanyama, Popovich simply shrugged it off. Because how do you teach something that no one else can do? Jokic isn't just a great player, he's a basketball unicorn. And Popovich wasn't done handing out praise. In yet another interview, he compared Jokic to an all-time legend.
I don't think anybody can do what Nikola does. I haven't shown him. He's a one-off, amazing, fantastic, phenomenal.
Let me say something. Let me just say something. Nikola Jokic is the best player in the world. You don't believe that? I will respectfully disagree. There's no shade. There's no hate. You're allowed to disagree with that statement. He's the best player in the world right now. He's on a historic playoff run.